What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the How to Spot an Idiot series, right? So here are some books, some places I've traveled. I like to get information before I visit a country, but I've had it's been more than one person, but one particular guy known as the idiot who responded to me when I said you should use the internet and read books and talk to people for information on a country you might visit. He responded to me saying that is worthless and even could be misinformation by doing research before you travel to a country you've never been. Amazing, right? And this particular guy is a self proclaimed expert in this country, right? Mm-hmm. He, uh, he also thinks culture, right? That language and history have nothing to do with culture, or very little, by his words. Now, I say you can buy a book like this. This is a Lonely Planet book. I bought this back in 2008 before my trip to the Philippines, or one of them. I got a couple of them. Well, this one's Lonely Planet. It's one of the ones I like to use. You can see probably most of them here. I got way more books, but I grabbed just these just for the purpose of this video. I got a ton of them. I could probably fill up my whole little shelving thing here. Show off my little game room area here real fast. The TV, Xbox, Halo Energy Sword over there. There we go. Anyway, the Vader, the other Xbox, other TV. Anyway, so I told him, you can pick up these travel guide books, right? And they'll give you information. They don't give you like every last bit of information, but they'll give you information on the history, who this idiot also thinks is not part of culture, right? So history has very, or I'm sorry, let me rephrase, has very little to do with culture. That's according to the self-proclaimed expert, right? So here's like the events calendar, depending on when you want to go, some itineraries if you want to get around, right? It just gives you a little basic info. It'll here, even history is in a travel book. It kind of gives you a little breakdown. It's not great detail. It just kind of gives you a nice little summary, about whatever country. This one happens to be particularly about the Philippines, right? It talks about the Marcos era, right? And then it'll talk about the culture a little bit, lifestyle. Even has a little blurb here about prostitution. Talks about religion, the media. All right, just gives you arts, right? This is the self-proclaimed culture expert never talks about arts, right? Never ever. He only talks about basically women in his culture expertise, according to him. All right, theater, literature, probably not part of culture. Architect, idiots don't think these things are culture. Painting, sculptures, dance, probably not culture according to the idiot, right? Food and drinks, so kind of give you breakdowns. Just kind of want to skim this real quick, just to kind of show that one of these travel books can be a very good idea to grab before a trip, right? Obviously, we're in the internet age. This was kind of really wasn't like pre-internet, but it was like back in 2008, it just wasn't a plethora of information. I mean, I think YouTube just came out, so it wasn't like there was just tons of information. Actually, Lonely Planet even had a website back then you can go to, and it had some of the stuff. It had a forum where people can talk about maybe new things they found. It was pretty decent back then. Dive in, and then if you wanted to go to, a particular, region, like here's Manila. If you look at the side of the book, it'll take you to the the different things. Here's Mindanao and Sulu, right? The Visayas. And like I said, it's people who wrote this, traveled there, and it's multiple people who were involved in it. Palawan, right? Who kind of gave their takes, where they stayed, what food they ate, that kind of stuff. There's actually some of the authors right there, just in the back. Right, even here in the back, it talks about language. By the way, the idiot thinks language is just futile to learn. Like it won't help you understand culture. That's according to the idiot, right? Just gives it in the back here, gives you a little breakdown, talks about transport, kind of how to get around, right? And he don't think you should learn any of this stuff before you travel to a country. Kind of gives you breakdown of weather, customs regulations, just a little small thing. You don't bring firearms there. Talks about the embassy. If you're a gay and lesbian traveler, gives a little information there, right? All of this stuff. Books, guys, according to idiots. Oop, I think you flipped around. Sorry. According to idiots, this is worthless. All this is worthless misinformation. Imagine that. Imagine wanting to do research on a country you've never been to, and you have experts, self-proclaimed experts, who think this is worthless. Enjoy.